Hello everyone, I am Canner and welcome to UBLVGC. Following Season 12's conclusion, we will be making a few key changes. First off, let's get right into the details of the moderation side. So, prior to Season 13, I would like to first introduce the proper mod team. We will be having 5 moderators for the immediate future, and these 5 are going to be who you direct your questions to for both the server or the league. We have myself, Winda, a Fat Rat, Air, and Final Gambit. If you would like to get to know any of us mods, just shoot us a message. We're nice people, trust me. Now, for the interesting information. There's a few changes we are going to be making for the future. Later on, we'll briefly address why these changes are going into effect, but trust me, it's appropriate to get excited. While we don't necessarily want to go ahead with this first one, we are going to be reversing the bans of the top tier Pokemon. If you're unfamiliar with this league, these Pokemon are Urshifu Rapid Strike, Urshifu Single Strike, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane. We believe balance is important, but we also believe the league has reached a point in skill where these Pokemon are much less of a problem than they were prior. Now, if prior to the start of the season, there is a large quantity of anger or discontent over this ruling, we will be opening to reversing this change, which would ban these Pokemon once again. Now for a change that we view is needed for us to move forwards: extensions. Currently, there's no regulation of extensions, and they have the possibility to just become a means to give harder weeks more extensive and lengthy prep. While I do not believe anyone in this league has or will do this, it certainly is not something I want to be allowed. So, for now, we will be capping extensions to 2 per person at one time. This is subject to change if we feel that next season no extensions really impeded on this rule. But let me give you a couple of examples of how this actually works in practice. For the first example, if I needed extensions for week 2 if I needed extensions for week 3 and I have an extension for week 1 and 2, I cannot get an extension for week 3 until the oldest of the 2 weeks is played or forfeit. In this case, that would be week 1. Another example, if I have extensions for week 3, week 5, and I need one for week 8, I must complete or forfeit my week 3 set. And just as a notice for this, if situations do not permit you to be able to do this, you'll have to talk to the mods and tell us a plan of when you are getting the matches done. Failure to do so will result in automatic denial of your extension. And as a side note, our mod team is going to try to keep track of what matches were and weren't scheduled prior to the Wednesday of that week and roll out pings for unscheduled matches. Now let's get into the reason I felt an announcement video was necessary. That's right, going into Season 13, we are aiming to expand the league and create a better environment surrounding the league. Let's start with our goals. First, we are aiming to have a larger league with a larger player base. This is in the hopes of cultivating a more interesting, diverse, and competitive league. Second, we are hoping to redevelop a sense of community within the Discord. Recently, that has been Pokerogue. Pokerogue has been something that really the whole active community on the Discord has engaged with and has started having regular discussions in our general chat about. But if you have any questions about what a sense of community actually means in that Discord, just reach out to me and I would be happy to explain kind of what our goals for that are. And third, and most importantly, by a lot, we are aiming to make the league more fun. I understand that having a small group is also fun, but I genuinely believe it to be more fun to meet new coaches and have some new motivation to improve yourself. Right now, our motivation is Winda. I think we can get a couple extra people to motivate us, don't you think? Now, those are our goals. Let's get into some of the details themselves. The expansion is going to bring many changes, but I can only get into the details of a few things. We're still largely working out details day by day, so please give us a bit of patience as we get closer to the Season 13 announcement and application process. Anyways, one of the changes we are looking into is multiple divisions / conferences / whatever you want to call them. The goal for this, for now, is to host skill-based divisions to help act as a means to cultivate player growth, but it could simply be just separating them and having 2 or more, however divisions there are, and having divisional champions, and then those divisional champions at the end of the season face off and we crown a grand champion. This is simply something we are looking into and entirely depends on the turnout of applications. If turnout is low, it's not going to happen. But if turnout is at a decent number, it's definitely something we will be considering. I also want to let people know we are currently looking into alternate formats and alternate ways to spice things up other than the standard VGC format at the time. However, we will not be playing the Regulation G rule set. I want to end this video going over a brief thing about player behavior and player expectations. This is very important to me and to, honestly, the rest of our mod team. We expect all players to be respectful and kind to all people, players, or spectators, regardless of their age, race, gender, identity, or sexuality. Any infraction of this rule will be met with harsh and aggressive disciplinary action. We also expect all players to complete their matches in a timely manner. Not only are you inconveniencing the moderators by doing so, you are also inconveniencing the whole league. Please have the respect to continue accordingly. And on top of all of this, there will be a proper document for the rules and for player expectation coming closer to the actual rollout of the league. And that's it. Thanks for watching our announcement video for the expansion. If you have any questions or concerns, either DM me on Discord at Canner or leave a comment here. I will try to answer all questions to the best of my ability. Thanks, guys. And girls, and everyone else. Have a good day.